Game of Thrones fans, stop scrolling. This episode isn't about battles. It's about people before the end. Like if you remember these moments. And follow for more compilations.
Don't even think about watching A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms until you know these 4 things. Number 1 is this story is set about 90 years before Game of Thrones and roughly 70 to 80 years after House of the Dragon. The Targaryens are firmly on the Iron Throne, but there are no more dragons. They've been extinct for about 50 years. Number 2, this is a wholesome Dunk and Egg story following Sir Duncan the Tall, a massive hedge knight, and his young squire Egg, who is hiding a huge secret about who he really is, but the heart of their show is going to be about their bond. A character-driven story focused on honor, loyalty, and what knighthood is supposed to mean in a world that doesn't always reward it. Number 3, despite almost being a century before Game of Thrones, there's still some familiar characters that can make an appearance. Like Maester Aemon, who'd be a young Targaryen prince around this time, and the Red Priestess Melisandre, as we know she's extremely old and probably dates back to the time of Old Valyria. And number 4, thank the gods, because George R. R. Martin is heavily involved in this series, which hopefully all this means there's no season 8 style situation.
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms might be one of the best pilots to a show that I have seen in a very long time. Though even though this show does take place in the Game of Thrones universe, it doesn't feel like Game of Thrones. That's perfectly okay because it's something rare with shows nowadays and that it is unique. The show feels smaller, funnier, and more relatable than Game of Thrones. I love it, honestly. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it going into it. I was a little skeptical, but we follow Dunk, who is big and tall and goofy and relatable and funny. And we have Egg, who is, of course, the most probably adorable character in all of Westeros, possibly. This does take place roughly 90 years before Game of Thrones, but I'm already hooked onto this. Lionel Baratheon very much feels like an Oberyn Martell character, absolutely steals every scene that he's in. 5 out of 5 stars. I cannot wait for episode 2.
Okay, look, we gotta talk about the new Game of Thrones show that just came out last night, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, because I don't know if I've been more excited for a Game of Thrones show than I am for this one. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't even know what I was expecting out of this, but it wasn't that. And if you didn't watch the first episode, it starts out like every other first episode of any Game of Thrones show, right? This awesomely written monologue, gorgeous setting, great cinematography, and then rolls right into the intro. But this one goes to roll into the intro, and then he's literally behind a tree taking a shit. And I think that's what's the most beautiful thing about this, right? This show is not serious at all. And it shouldn't be. This is about Sir Duncan the Tall, Dunk, and Egg. This is literally a commoner show. There's no kings and knights and all this stuff and kingdoms being fought over and everything. It's just a man trying to find his way. And that's what makes me so excited about this show. It's a commoner show. It's the people's show. Yes, sure, there'll be knights in this and other stuff, and sure, some lords here and there, but like, it's just a normal TV show. I mean, genuinely, Dunk over here is like, what if Shrek ended up in Game of Thrones? Because that's what he is. He's just this simple man, doesn't know a lot about a lot, and just goes back and forth, trying to make ends meet and trying to make a name for himself. And look, it's not like I didn't love Game of Thrones or don't still love House of the Dragon, but like, those are a little more, right? They're a little overdone. They're a little posh, right? This I'm excited about. I am so in. Like, I don't want episodic for this one. I just need to binge this. Give me every episode right now.
Hello there. You the stable boy? I want the palfrey rubbed down. I know it's for all 3. Can you tend to them?
I could. I wanted.
None of that. See to the horses. You'll get a copper if you do well, and a clout in the ear if not.
Okay, this is crazy because the new Game of Thrones spin-off show, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, just released, and fans already have 2 major problems with the show. And one of those problems has to do with the scene that takes place within 4 minutes of the first episode. Just take a look for yourself. Now, the second problem has to do with the episode runtimes for this first season, because it was revealed that there's only going to be 6 episodes, with them each being around 30 minutes long, and the finale is one of the shortest episodes. Now, for those complaining about the episode runtimes, this first season is actually based on a book called The Hedge Knight, which is only around 85 pages, which explains why these episodes are so short and why we're not getting that many. And apparently they already started filming season 2, so we shouldn't have to wait that long for new episodes. And as far as this scene goes, yes, it was disgusting and completely caught me off guard when I was first watching it, but I actually thought it was pretty funny. You guys let me know your thoughts on this scene, the episode runtimes, and your full thoughts on A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Because I personally really liked the first episode, but I'm still on season 1 of regular Game of Thrones, and this show is giving me a completely different vibe that I'm really enjoying.
What in the hell is this? I just got done watching season 1, episode 1 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and wow! This has to be one of the worst starts to a Game of Thrones type show of all time. This episode was an absolute nothing burger. Nothing happened. Sir Duncan, like whatever. Who cares about this one character? We seen this dude walking with his horse more than anything going on in the episode. What was the point in making this show if nothing was going to happen? And the fact that this episode was only 42 minutes long is literally insane. And the rest of the episode for this season, mind you, we only have 6 episodes. They're only about 30 minutes each. The best character in this episode isn't even the main character, it's Lionel Baratheon. I'd rather see him go up against the Crown. That would be more interesting than what we saw today. And to make matters worse, we didn't even get the Game of Thrones intro like we got in the House of the Dragon and the OG Game of Thrones show. Instead, as the intro was about to start, the main character, Sir Dunk, literally takes a shit while the intro is about to happen. Really shows you what the people behind this show actually think about Game of Thrones. I'm extremely disappointed with this episode. When the world of Game of Thrones, we want drama, we want trauma, we want stakes, and none of it was in this episode. If this show wasn't going to be like Game of Thrones, like House of the Dragon, the OG Game of Thrones, why even make it?
But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm your daddy.
It's a hedge night, ain't it? What? It's like a night, but sadder.
No, I'm not
It's got to
sad.
sleep in the hedges because no lord will have it.
Aww, that is sad.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Horace.
Game of Thrones is officially back, and this time it is absolutely perfect. If you just started the first episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, do not let this slow, atmospheric start fool you. You are watching the calm before a historic storm. We see Dunk burying his mentor in the rain. He is a massive hedge knight, starving, broke, and completely alone. But then he meets Egg, a tiny, bald, sassy kid who refuses to leave him alone. They look like two nobodies riding through the mud, but this season is about to explode into a nightmare. Dunk is heading to the Ashford tournament just to win some coin for bread. He is wrong. He is about to walk straight into the Mad Prince, Aerion Targaryen. This villain is a monster in human skin. To save an innocent girl, Dunk will do the unthinkable. He will physically strike a royal prince. In the laws of Westeros, touching a dragon means instant execution. There is no trial, only death, unless he demands the legendary Trial of 7. He has to find 6 other knights willing to die for a total stranger against the Kingsguard. It is literally a suicide mission. And that little boy, Egg, he steps forward to save Dunk's life, revealing he is actually Prince Aegon Targaryen. The true history of Westeros is being written right now. Are you ready for the trial? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments.
Let's fucking go, baby! Let's go!
Here's the paycheck ranking for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms actors. Number 7, Dexter Saul Ansel. He plays Prince Aegon Egg Targaryen. As a child actor, he only got $100,000. Number 6, Tamsin Crawford. Playing the Dornish puppeteer Tansel. He earned $180,000. Number 5, Daniel Ings. He plays Sir Lionel Baratheon, an early key knight of Robert's family. His role is more important, so he got $300,000. Number 4, Sam Spruell. He plays Egg and Aerion's father, Prince Maekar Targaryen. Sam has big experience with shows like Fargo, so he got $600,000. Number 3, Finn Bennett. He plays Egg's brother, Prince Aerion Brightflame Targaryen, known for his arrogant and extreme personality. Though supporting, his role is big, almost like a lead. He got $900,000. Number 2, Peter Claffey. Playing Dunk, the main character with most screen time. He earned $2 million. He didn't appear in the original Game of Thrones, making his story even more exciting. Number 1, Bertie Carvel. Shockingly, he got $4 million. Known for The Crown and multiple Tony Awards, he plays Prince Baelor Breakspear Targaryen, the center of power around whom everyone revolves. Many believe he's the hidden lead. What do you think?
Hey man, this look pretty good, man. Where your clothes at?
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 1 has dropped. It is blowing everybody away. Ratings have come out for this episode, so let's talk about it. So A Night of the Seven Kingdoms has become the 5th most watched TV show worldwide according to Flix Patrol. The series is also the #1 trending show on HBO Max in 14 countries and the most watched show in the United States. The ratings have also come out for the show. It looks like Rotten Tomatoes had scored this at 88% and IMDb had rated it at 8.3. Now, for me personally, I'm extremely happy that we're getting a show like this that is extremely different from what we're used to in the Game of Thrones universe. I love in this series that the best fighter is determined by their skills and their sword skills rather than how big their dragon is. I thought this was hilarious, but showrunner Ira Parker had to clarify what was going on with Dunk's poop scene, and he says, "We were all trying to say here that Dunk is not a hero yet. He's just a nervy kid with a nervous stomach, just like me." Now, I am glad that he did clarify what was going on with the scene, because me personally and a lot of other fans thought it was them taking shots at Game of Thrones, but it wasn't. The show is going to continue to get a lot better, so if you guys want to keep up to date on the Game of Thrones universe, make sure you guys hit that follow button for more.
There he is. That laugh. Egg laughs like that.
His little brother, Aegon, he became king.
Before that, jolly fella, like this one.
You got a name, thief?